So by the time my son was born, I had amassed a parcel of property, a couple of cabs, a vending machine company with one of my homies. I'm living in a loft, big loft. I'm having it my way. You know what I mean? But once my son came, it was like, what am I gonna really give him?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
what if I can tell him till I'm blue in the face, yo, you gotta do this. You gotta, because this is what you gotta do. If he, when his rebellious times, I foresaw him being like, but you ain't do that.
Right. Right.
So in my mind, if I'm tough enough to do any damage to any face that look like mine, then I need to be able to exact that level of damage in my endeavors, like my work.
Yeah.
That disruption of the status quo, of how this is the one way that we do things. I want to change the way, the perception of one looks at a scientist, especially a social skill scientist. You know what I mean? So, it's like that for me. You know what I mean? I'm in this. It's just like the streets. I'm in this. Like some of my colleagues be like, yo, how you get this energy? I had to dive through my ceiling one day to get my luggage to fly out, to make sure I made my gig. They be like, but how you? I'm be like, yo, it just ain't no other way for me.
Right.
My brain is always trying to problem solve.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Focus. It's your quotidian that's your everyday routine. You wake up to be creative. So now, okay, high school and now the Air Force and college. You are now an adjunct lecturer at UB.
At Buffalo State.
And your degrees are. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Okay. You have how many degrees, man?
I have 3 degrees and 2 certificates.
Okay. Now I want you to hear, Buffalo. This is a young man who said, I grew up on the east side.
The Lower East Side.
The Lower East Side, right? But even with the challenges, he got away. He talked to individuals who he could receive from, who gave him knowledge, and then opened his eyes to say, wait a minute, man, if you're gonna die for something. That's a powerful statement. And then he yet pursued his education.
Yeah, but that wasn't like the fire though.
That wasn't the fire. Tell me the fire.
I didn't realize, the fire is the hell you're born in, right? But you don't know that, right? The fire for me was to give up the hollow life. You know what I mean? And what am I gonna do now when people don't see me with all this majesty? You know what I mean? Like, am I still gonna be me? As Money Making Mitch said, is the streets gonna still love me? Is the streets still gonna love me, man?
Right.
And I went homeless, man. I went homeless a couple years. You know what I mean? And wore it, held it. Still was me.
Yeah.
And I remember my man, as I still, meditate, keep myself together. And he was dropping me off one day, and before he murked off, he was like, man, the streets still love you. Just out of nowhere.
Wow.
And I was just like, man, that to me, that's spirit talking. You know what I mean? What the way my spirit is governed, that was talking to me, because that's what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that fight that I was having, instead of bowing down to the mercy of just dope dealing.
Yeah.
Thinking that was the only thing that I was really good at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just was like, nah, I gotta figure it out. And people open their doors for me. My man Mike Fox opened his door for me. Tamara McMillan opened her door for me, regardless of what anybody might have said. I ain't had to trade no sexual favors, no nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? They didn't treat me dirty, no nothing. You know what I mean? They treated me better than some family.
Genuine.
Man, you know what I mean? Made me see myself in a better light by looking at them.
Buffalo, you are listening to Crossroads Radio with Pastor Garney Davis and his guest, Naja A. Bowden. This young man, I don't know if you guys caught the beginning, but I pray that it's grabbing hold of your heart to hear what this man is saying. And listen, we haven't even yet got into the nuts and bolts of who this man is, but He is making an impact in our city with our young people. He is the owner and CEO of Phoenix Innovation Corporation Group. And he, listen, I just want to get back in with him because his name means leader.